Well, hello everyone. Welcome to Find Your Fierce Heart's Sanctuary from the Storm yoga class on Tuesdays. I run this class from 11:15 a.m. Eastern Time to 12:45 p.m. or whenever the class ends. Um, Now, the purpose of this class is just to bring people together to do some kind of a yoga practice and to be in community. Right now, the community is small because we're just getting started. And so it's just me today. Maybe somebody will drop in the middle of the practice, but likely not. I haven't really um, promoted the class enough to get people in. But the the idea right now is to just do a few classes, record them, get them up on the website so that people can see what this would be like. And so to start the class, I like to just give an introduction, chat about what's been on my mind this week and what's informing the class or what's creating the inspiration for the class today. So um, I read yesterday a New York Times article that I had been kind of putting off reading. It's posted on January 20th, I believe, is when it came out. So it's been some days. But yesterday I decided to read it. It was an article that detailed from the perspective of USAID employees who were inside USAID. It detailed the 2 weeks after Trump's inauguration in which USAID was demolished, basically, taken apart. USAID was closed and shut down completely in 2 week period of time, which resulted in my job loss and the job loss of many of my colleagues and many other people who I don't know, and the loss of aid to millions of people around the world, which was devastating to many of us. And yesterday I read the article, and I think what was really difficult was, well, there were two things for me that were difficult in the read. One is just reopening the trauma of that time period and whether, people who are not inside of that wouldn't understand maybe the amount of pain and trauma that those of us who were inside experienced because we lost a lot in a very short period of time in a way that was quite shocking and unbelievable. And so just reading that again opened up like a deep wound inside of me and yeah, a lot of pain. I woke up this morning feeling quite, oh, I don't know, I guess depressed isn't the word, but just down. Um, but the other part of it that was really difficult for me to read or really process was how it happened in such a unthoughtful way. It's almost as if people were blundering through a situation and um, they were not even thinking at all about the impact. It was almost, I mean, just reading it was like watching from a world stage people in their own dramas, acting out their own dramas, and then affecting millions of people in ways that were extremely painful and traumatic for those people. Right. So it's almost like on a smaller, less destructive scale, how wars must feel like to people who have no stake in the war necessarily, or they do have a stake in the war because they live in the place, but who have no control over, you know, what happens. They're just there, and there are powers outside of their control creating this situation in which they are now stuck in and suffering inside of. And that was really difficult for me to process this morning as I started really understanding um, how little control I had in that situation, how little control I still have, how little control most of us have, and yet how massive the impact was. And it brought up a lot of anger, a lot of resentment, a lot of sadness too, just for not for myself only, but for everybody that was involved. So lots and lots and lots of those feelings. So I decided, so I pulled out this book today. I bought this book a while ago. And so what we're going to do is a practice from that. This is called Art of Attention. It's created by Elena Brower and Erica Jago. And it's a yoga practice workbook. And the first chapter is about reducing tension and finding forgiveness. So I thought that was a relevant practice for today. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to say it's quite a difficult practice, and I've taken some notes and written it down for myself so we can try to work through it together. It's a fast flow, and some difficult poses. So we'll do our best. We'll see how it goes. But just from the book, I wanted to start out by sharing just a couple quotes from the book about forgiveness. The first one is a preface to this chapter by MC Yogi. When we're able to extract wisdom from our past dramas and traumas, we're able to gain direct knowledge. Looking back, we can become grateful for the things that happened to us in the past, for helping us to grow and become more aware. And then the next one is from Mahatma Gandhi. Forgiveness is the attribute of the strong. Indeed, it is. Forgiveness is very difficult. And the last one, Mario Liani. I forgive, heal, and release everything that consciously and unconsciously could delay or block the complete evolution of my being. Because let's be honest, when we hold on to all of the resentment, pain, sadness, anger, frustration, all of those things from past traumas or past events, it really does create suffering in us that blocks our ability to move forward in life, to evolve. And so the practice today is it's a fast paced flow sequence focusing on increasing speed and stability while decreasing tension in your body. I don't know how fast we're going to go through this, to be honest. We're going to blunder through and see how well we can do. Applicable to your poses, interactions, and relationships, this sequence will make you feel more porous, lighter, stronger, softer, and more forgiving of yourself and others. We'll see how we feel at the end of it. So that is my preface to the practice today. We are doing a practice to release tension and find a little bit of forgiveness. So let's get started. I'm going to start some music and get set up over here, switch cameras and everything. So give me just 1 or 2 minutes to get that set up, and we will start our practice. A bit of music for us. Let's go ahead and switch over the video so you can see me nicely on the mat. All right, there we go. Yes, I am recording. And yes, I am sharing sound. So I think everything is set up nicely. All right, let's head over to the mat, guys. All right. So you can join me on the mat with some blankets, maybe as a cushion. We'll just have a seat in a cross-legged, a comfortable cross-legged position, whatever is comfortable for you. And we will walk through something called a sankalpa. Sankalpa is like an intention, a resolve, or a vow, a sankalpa for our practice. So once you have taken a nice seat, go ahead and close your eyes. Rest your hands on your thighs, straight spine, bring your chin to your chest. This is a sequence of flowing, delicious, increasing speed. We are practicing how to increase speed while decreasing tension in the body. Once there was a man who described painting houses during his teens with his father. He was an expert house painter. His father was in his 60s, more than 3 times his son's age, yet was able to work twice as fast. The son asked his father how he was able to work so quickly and efficiently. His father replied that he had learned to increase his speed while decreasing tension in his body. There are definitive turning points in our days, in our poses, in our thoughts, when we can choose to turn the tension level down, even amidst an increase in velocity. Practice this. Feel sharp, more awake, more porous, more lit up. Be spacious enough to stay forgiving, no matter the context. So as you go through these poses, some of them may be difficult for us, but we can practice forgiveness, practice holding a spacious mind and a spacious body, and releasing tension and expectation of how the poses should be, and instead flowing through them as best as we can in this moment today. Go ahead and fold your hands in front of your heart in prayer position. Call to your heart, connect to your heart, and slow it down. If at any time you feel disconnected, that is a sign that you are longing for more connection. You can take a break if poses become too difficult. Come to child's pose or any resting pose, and then join the flow when you feel ready again. I'll walk us through an opening chant. The words are Om Namo Shivaya. I bow to my deepest heart. Inhale deeply. Om Namo Shivaya. Again. Om Namo Shivaya. Om Namo Shivaya. Bring your chin to your chest. Stay close to yourself throughout the practice, no matter how quickly you move. The closer you stay to yourself, the less contraction you'll experience, and the more connected and forgiving you'll feel. Hands to your knees. Take one deep breath. Release it through your mouth. And let's get started. You can meet me at the front of the mat in Tadasana. Remember, in Tadasana, our feet are hip-width apart, toes facing forward, knees soft, pelvis stretching down towards the ground, chest lifted, shoulders back, arms forward. We're going to run through 2 rounds of sun salutations. So if you know this, run through them as you feel comfortable or the way that you feel comfortable, or just follow me. So inhale, hands above head. Touch Slight back bend and exhale. Down to the floor. Keep a soft bend in your knees. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold and step back. With your right foot, left foot. Lower down through chaturanga and up to upward dog. Inhale, up to downward dog. Exhale, stay here for a couple of breaths. Pedal the legs out. Inhale, right foot forward. Left foot up to meet it. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, hands above head. Touch, slight back bend, and hands down through right arm. Inhale again, hands above head. Slight back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Left foot steps back, right foot to meet it. Exhale, down through chaturanga. Inhale to up dog. Exhale. Push up to down dog. And stay here for a couple of breaths. Again, pedaling out. You can put a nice bend in your knees. Check your hands. Fingers spread wide. Biceps curling in towards each other. And watch that there's a soft bend in the arm so that you're not overextending. Inhale, right foot forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, hands above head. Touch, back bend, and exhale, hands to prayer position. Inhale, hands parallel above the head. The hands can face each other. Exhale into chair pose. Take a few deep breaths here. Tighten the core muscles, stretch the tailbone down towards the ground. You can also bring your hands into cactus arms if having your hands parallel is uncomfortable for the shoulders. Hands down to the ground. Step your left foot back and turn the left foot parallel to the front of the mat into a stance for warrior two. Circle your hands up into warrior two. Nice strong stance here. Check that your knee is over your ankle. Look at the alignment of your arms. See that they're aligned with your shoulders. And look over the front hand, kind of a fierce look at the wall in front of you, or whatever it is that you happen to be looking at in front of you, and hold. Breathe deeply here. Exhale, bring the hands to frame the foot. Step the right foot back into downward dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga to up dog. Inhale, down dog. A few breaths here. And inhale, bring the left foot forward to Turn that right foot back, parallel to the front of the mat. Set up for warrior two. Inhale. Arms up. Set up for the other side. Warrior two. Hold. Check the alignment. Make sure that you do have strong legs, that you're yearning those thighs towards each other and setting yourself up with a strong base. Fierce. Look over the front arm, and then even just check your torso and make sure that it is actually above, not leaning forward like this, leaning back like this, but nice and above your pelvis. Exhale. Pedal your hands down, frame your foot, step the left foot back to meet the right foot, and plank. Exhale down through chaturanga to up dog. Inhale, push up to down dog. One breath here. Inhale, step the right foot forward. And into warrior two again. Inhale, swing the arms up. Strong warrior two. Exhale, side angle. Bring your right arm to rest on your right thigh. Left arm up towards the sky. Straighten your back. And then open your chest up towards that left arm. Breathe deep here. If you're able, you can come down to the floor, or you can grab a block to bring the floor up to you and bend down just a little bit deeper into this. Exhale, frame the foot. Right foot steps back, meet left foot. Plank pose. Exhale, lower down through chaturanga. Inhale to up dog. Shake it out a bit here. Exhale, down dog. Take a couple breaths here. Inhale, left foot forward. Right foot comes down parallel to mat, setting up for down dog. Circle the hands up into warrior two. Inhale, exhale, side angle. Again, we're taking the left arm to the left thigh, reaching the right arm up, opening the chest up towards the right arm, and checking that our spine is straight, not hunching down like this, but keeping it nice and straight. And if you're able, you can grab a block or come all the way down to the floor to get a deeper stretch in that front thigh. But the important thing here is that when you do this, you're not compromising your form. So if you can see, when I come down like this, I might not be able to keep my spine as straight. And so this gives me more space and helps me to open up on my chest and breathe deep. Lovely. Come down and frame the feet with an exhale. Scooch that back foot up a little bit more. And then straighten your front leg, bringing us into triangle pose. Hands on the hips, flat back, half lift. Inhale and come up to set us up for a strong triangle. Maybe just check your alignment here and ensure that the front heel is aligned with the back arch, the back foot's arch. Keeping a soft bend in the front knee here. Arms out, as if in Warrior Two. Inhale. Stretch out over that front leg and come down into a triangle pose. I'm going to use a block here too, just to ensure good length in the spine, right? Because we don't want to be like bending over like this. We want to be able to open up the chest, have a nice long spine, keep the head in line with the spine, bring the right hand up, and yearn that chest open. Breathe deep into that. Get a nice ujjayi breath going here. That's when you use the breath, the out breath in the throat to make a noise like this. In. Oh, making a nice loud noise in the throat. Makes you feel a little bit more powerful. Let's put it that way. It feels good to do my ujjayi breath. And this can be a very challenging pose. One more deep breath. And we'll frame the feet. Straighten that front leg and then step it back to meet the back leg. Plank position. Lower to chaturanga through up dog. Again, just maybe a little bit of intuitive movement here, whatever feels good in the moment. Inhale and up to down dog. Bring the right foot forward. Drop that left foot down behind you. I'm gonna just turn around here just so you guys will be able to see me better. Setting up for Warrior Two. From here, go ahead and scooch that back foot up and straighten the front leg so we can even out the sides, get a nice triangle pose here. Stand up straight, yearn over that front leg. Again, a soft bend in the front leg. Down. Breathe in and ensure that there is length in the spine and that your chest is opening up towards the sky. As you breathe in here, use the breath as a way to deepen the pose. Breathing into the low back, you feel the back open up, stretch. Breathing out, you feel powerful. One more deep breath in. Out, frame the feet. And back around to plank pose. Step the feet back to plank pose. Hold here for just a couple breaths and feel the power in plank. And build a little bit of heat, a little bit of heat in the belly. So in plank pose, of course, we want to make sure that our booty isn't up in the sky like down dog. Bring that booty down and scoop out the abs as if it's like as if you're using an ice cream scoop to scoop up towards the ceiling. Nice, strong, powerful plank pose. Hold here for a few breaths. Lower down through chaturanga. Breathe in. Up dog, breathe out, down dog. Inhale, right foot forward. in. Breathe out. Drop that back foot as if you're going into warrior again. Circle the hands up into warrior pose. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, come into high lunge. Bring the hands parallel to each other, facing each other. Inhale, find your balance. Exhale, come forward into galloping horse. It's almost like a chair pose in high lunge. Hold and breathe. We can change the way we see everybody in our lives and the way we see us. Right now, you're strong. You hold space. And you practice forgiveness. Exhale, bring your hands down. Step back. Plank pose, drop in chaturanga, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Hold here for one breath. Left foot up. Drop the back foot. Inhale up into warrior two. Take one breath here. Inhale, high lunge, hands parallel to each other above the head. Exhale, breathe in and lean forward over the front thigh. Strong legs in this position. Activate the thighs, yearning towards each other, keeping your balance. Cultivating Ujjayi breath, strength. Two more deep breaths. Exhale. Down. Step back into down dog. We'll hold this down dog for 1 minute. So get comfortable. Fingers wide. Check to make sure that you're putting an equal amount of pressure, not just in your wrists, but also in the tips of your fingers, like you're gripping the mat. Soft bend in the knees, straight spine. And instead of hanging the head down, bring the head in between the biceps and the arms. Water breath here. Slight opening of the mouth. Breathe through the mouth softly. You may feel yourself start to shake. That's okay. Just keep breathing. If you do need to take a bit of a rest, you can come down to your knees. You can shake side to side. Sometimes that helps relieve a bit of tension when you're doing these long poses. One more breath. And bring the right foot forward. Drop the back knee into low lunge. Just put your hands on your knees and come up in this low lunge. Rest for a minute. Breathe. And drop into that psoas, that back leg. Stretch it out. Straighten the front leg, lean backwards. You want to keep a 90-degree angle in this back leg here. And over your front leg, in fact, I'm going to grab a couple blocks here just for some extra height. This is half split. Lean into that front leg, length in the spine here, and bend over that front leg. Feeling a lovely, lovely stretch to the back of the right leg. And stretch the tailbone back towards the back of the mat to get a little bit of an extra stretch, some more leverage. Even just try to make those micro movements, and you can feel how even a small movement can change the feel of the stretch in your body. If you find yourself slouching or bending over, just reset. Give yourself a little bit more length in your spine. Right, release, bend that right foot forward. And then we're going to step it back into down dog. Switch sides. Left foot forward. Drop into low lunge. Come up on that left knee. You can just rest your hands on your knee. No special pose here. And drop down into that psoas. And nice stretch in this part of the leg right here. Breathe. And even do a bit of intuitive movement here. I like to kind of move around and find the space that feels most tight, and then breathe into that space. All right, coming back into half split on the left side. Again, check this leg, should be 90 degrees. Use the blocks if you need to. I mean, you can take these away and put them down, but you see how I bend and hunch over when I do that. It really helps these blocks bring length into the spine. Straighten that leg out and then bend over that front leg. Half split. Now, if you are able to do a full split, please feel free to do that here. It's not something that's accessible to me, so I choose the half splits, but a full split is definitely a possibility here if that is something that you can do. Recheck your form, length into the spine, drop that chin. Sometimes I even like to use my fists here. It gives me a little bit extra height, and it feels more comfortable on my hands. And yarn that tailbone back towards the back of the mat. Extra leverage for the stretch in the back of your leg. Release forward. Those blocks up at the front of the mat. Lift up into a high lunge and bring the right foot up to meet the left foot into forward fold. Just hold the elbows here, swing side to side. Release the low back. From here, I invite you to take a block, or if you can touch the ground fully with your front hands, that works too. Go ahead and lift up your left leg straight into the sky, as if you were going to do a split all the way up into the sky. Now, as you can see, I cannot do a full split, so I'm just going to bend over my front leg and let this give me a nice stretch in the front leg. And pretend I'm a jagged lightning, not a straight lightning. Strong and breathing. One more breath. Bring that foot down. Forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Step or hop back into plank. Run through chaturanga, up dog. Inhale, down dog. One breath here. Hop or step forward into forward fold. Let's take that standing split on the opposite side. So lift the right foot up and hold it above the head. And bend over that left leg. Let the leverage of this forward fold with the right foot above your head give an extra stretch in the left leg. Again, we're just a jagged lightning here. If there's anybody out there that can do a full split in this position, I'm giving you extra kudos today because this is really hard. One more full breath. And release into forward fold. Just hold here for a second. And smile, because we are so lucky to be practicing yoga today. Let's breathe in. Roll up vertebra by vertebra into Tadasana. Roll the shoulders back. Do a little bit of a dance here. Release some of the tension in the body. Some of these poses are quite challenging. So be forgiving of your body. Give it some love. And these flowing, intuitive movements can actually help you work through some of the harder poses as we get to them. All right, breathe in, hands overhead. Touch, slight back bend. One eye down, forward fold, half lift. Exhale. Right foot back into high lunge. Inhale, hands above head. Exhale, slice the hands through the front of your body into prayer position here. One deep breath. And as you exhale, bring the right elbow over the left foot into a prayer twist. around here so you guys can see me better from this side. Let's cut your twist. Keep length in the spine and an active back leg, knee over ankle. And breathe here. Let the out breath take you deeper into this twist. If this is something that you cannot do, feel free to just come and hold yourself in a high lunge. You're on the floor or up to a high lunge with your hands above your head. All right, exhale. Frame the foot, the front foot, and bring that right foot up to meet the left foot, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Step the left foot back into a high lunge. Get your balance here. Inhale, hands above the head. Exhale, bring the hands to center to prayer position. One deep inhale. Exhale, bring the left arm, elbow over the right thigh into prayer position. Again, length in the spine, active back leg, strength in the thighs, meaning yearning towards each other and giving you balance in this. Breathe. As you exhale, use the abs to bring you deeper into the twist. One more deep breath. Exhale, frame the feet. Inhale, bring that left foot up to meet the right foot. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold, and inhale, hands above head. Keep the hands above the head parallel to each other and then drop down into chair pose. Holding here for 3 breaths. Look down and make sure you can see your toes. You're not kind of too far over your toes here. Drop down as far as you can. Strengthen in the legs. And if you need to open up into cactus, I welcome that because also shoulders can get tight and it can be difficult to hold your arms there. All right, bring your hands behind your back, interlace them. As you inhale, come up straight through the legs and bend into a forward fold. Keeping your clasped hands up over your head for a shoulder stretch. 3 deep breaths here. Grow tall through the inner legs. Exhale and relax the shoulders. Deep breath in. Exhale, hands down the mat. Inhale, half back, half lift. Exhale, bend over your legs. Come back to down dog, and we will hold here again for 1 minute. You can practice that water breath again. Soft lips open, breathing through the mouth gently. If you need to take a rest, you can come down to your knees and just do this in tabletop. Shake your head, yes or no. Stretch you out a little bit while you stay in this down dog. You have to pedal your legs so free. Come forward into plank. Exhale down to chaturanga. And bring your hands to rest on top of each other. Put your forehead on your hands and take just a moment to breathe here. Doing a quick body scan. How does it feel in your body? Probably some heat, some energy has been built. Is there any more openness and space? Inhale, take your hands next to your shoulders, forehead on mat. Running through a few cobras, back bends here. Inhale, lift your head up. Using the back muscles, you can even lift your hands up off the mat to make sure you're actually using your back muscles because you're not pushing yourself up with your hands here. You're using those back muscles to lift you up off of the ground. Go up into a cobra. 2 breaths here. Exhale down. Inhale, cobra again. Make sure your legs are active, knees off of the mat, feet, tops of feet pressing into the mat, pinky toes on the mat. Very active legs here. 1 more breath, in, out. This next time we come up, if it feels good to you, you can bring your hands behind your back into a locust pose. Inhale up. The hands can come behind you, fingers reaching towards the back of the mat, hands facing down towards the ground. Breathing here. Again, active legs, knees should be up off of the mat. Backs of feet, tops of feet pressing into the mat. Exhale down. If you want to take this one step further, you can bring your feet up and grab the backs of or grab your shins, basically your ankles. And when you come up this next time, come up into what's called bow pose. This does not feel good. Stay in cobra or locust. Inhale and up. Really actively pushing the legs into the hands. Breathing here. Try to yearn the thighs together in this position. Oh, I'm tired. Exhale, come down. Hands next to the shoulders, push back into child's pose and rest. Settle down into child's pose. You can keep your knees together or you can bring them to the sides of the mat to open up the hips a little bit more and just drop down and rest here. Using your hands, push yourself up, cross your ankles in the back and flow over them into a seated position. And then just lower down to the mat. I recommend just putting your feet flat on the floor, straightening your arms out parallel to each other, and rolling down slowly vertebra by vertebra. Gives you a little extra ab workout. From here, go ahead and keep the feet flat on the mat, kind of hip width apart. Bring the heels a little bit closer towards your bum, right here. So you see your heels not quite this close, but about here. Hands flat on the mat, the sides of your body, reaching towards the heel. You won't touch the heels, but reaching down towards the heel. Breathing in and out. Get comfortable here. On your next out breath, tilt the pelvis up and lift yourself off the mat vertebra by vertebra into bridge pose. Hold here and check your form. It's really important that you don't let your legs splay out like this. So using the inner thighs, you keep your legs yearning towards each other. Use the abs to pull yourself up. Try to relax the booty muscles, the glute muscles, and just use your abs to hold yourself up here. Exhale and come down to the mat slowly, as if you're just dropping a string of pearls onto the mat, one pearl at a time, bringing your spine down and releasing your pelvis onto the floor. Again, breathe in. Exhale, tilt the pelvis and slowly peel your spine off the floor into bridge pose. You can even use a block in between your thighs to help keep them together. It's quite useful to ensure that your legs don't splay out. And only go up really as far as your abs will allow you. You don't have to push up too far into this position. Exhale, come down. Vertebra by vertebra slowly. And let's do one more of these. Inhale and exhale. Up into bridge pose. Hold for 2 breaths. Exhale and lower down. Remove the block. So this next pose, cow pose, may be something that is not accessible to some of you. If this is a pose that doesn't feel good in your body, then you can just bring one leg up, other leg up, and hold your legs into just a leg bend here, and massage the back of your just massage your lower back muscles basically. But if this is accessible to you, then we're going to lift our legs up into a 90-degree angle using the ab muscles. Peel your bum up off the floor and come back into plow pose. This is a wonderful way to open up the spine, but again, this can be difficult for some people. So if this is something that does not feel good in your body, do not force yourself into it. Instead, just bring your legs up and rest in that position, holding your legs up to your chest. Breathe deeply here. Exhale and release down. slowly in the same way that we did that bridge pose, vertebra by vertebra down. Lower the legs to the floor. Pull the abs down towards the ground. Ooh, shaking there. Lovely. You can readjust yourself so your feet are back on the mat. Take a deep breath in, out through your mouth. We've worked quite hard today. Go ahead and lift your right foot up, point towards the sky, grab behind your calf muscle, and just give it a little pull. You can roll your ankles around here, point your toe, flex your foot, point your toe, flex your foot. You can take the foot and just, it's almost like you're painting the ceiling here with your foot. Just paint the ceiling with your foot and feel into that joint where the hip socket meets the leg. Exhale and lower down. Lift up the left foot and again roll around through the ankle, point, flex, point, flex. Feel around in that hip joint, moving side to side. That's what feels good to you today. You can even do some figure eights as you paint the ceiling. Bring that leg down. Stretch out above your head. It's almost like you're waking up in the morning. You're stretching your entire body out. You're tensing up the muscles. Have a nice stretch and relax. Come into Shavasana with your hands open, palms facing up, legs stretched out as wide as you'd like them to be, and start to relax. Put a little bit of softer music on. Give you guys a moment to relax here. Start to soften into the floor. Feel yourself relaxing, face getting soft. Eyes getting soft. It's a time where we integrate what it is that we have just done. The practice today was really releasing tension and finding forgiveness. It was a difficult flow today. A lot of challenging poses. You may have found yourself shaking, sweating, feeling challenged. Forgiveness is a very challenging emotion to access. In times when suffering feels really bottomless. People's actions, unthinking, ignorant actions affect us, affect everyone around us. And also our unthinking and ignorant actions affect the people around us. Our practice helps us to cultivate forgiveness for those who have harmed us and those who don't even know that they've harmed us. Cultivate forgiveness for ourselves for the ways in which we find it difficult to forgive others, and also the ways in which we have harmed ourselves unthinkingly out of ignorance or a search for a release of suffering. So, in these moments, as we worked hard, let's release that tension in our body. Cultivate self acceptance for where we are today and how we showed up for this practice. And in this moment, feel forgiveness for the ways in which others have harmed us or we have harmed ourselves. Let the earth hold you, let the ground hold you, wherever you are in this moment. Be held and breathe. I'll leave you in silence for a few minutes. You'll hear my voice again soon. Start to come back to the room. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Bring your hands together and rub them. Create a bit of heat. And touch your face, rub your temples. Bring your fingers down over your jaws, rub your jaws, down your neck. Give yourself a little squeeze on your shoulders and roll over on whatever side feels comfortable. Using your arms to support your head in the fetal position. When you're ready, and push yourself up. Let's sit up on a blanket if you'd like. Meet me back in a seated position. Rub your thighs. Slowly come back to the room. And bring your hands to your heart. Hit your chin. Thank you so much for joining me today. This practice of releasing tension and finding forgiveness. I hope you join me again. Namaste. All right. Thank you guys so much. Come up here. Meet you at the in the meeting. Pause that music. All right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that practice. Hopefully we'll start to get some people who will join us and we can have some chats at the end of these meetings. But for today, we have come to the end of the practice, and I will be here next week again. Maybe we'll check out another practice from that book. I even made that a little bit easier than it was. That was a very difficult practice. But I enjoyed it. I feel much more relaxed now, empowered, strong, capable of forgiving. So again, thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time.